Assalamu alaikum girls. This is Sarwat, your teacher for Pakistan Studies. Today it is my third lecture with you. The topic of today's lecture is Aligarh movement. Before that we have studied about the ideology of Pakistan, and today we will start our lecture with the Aligarh movement, which is a very important movement in the history of Pakistan. Actually, the movement of Pakistan started with this movement. Right. Now I'm going to introduce my topic. Introduction of the Aligarh movement is as below. In the darkest hour of the life of the Indian Muslims, Indian Muslim community produced a great courageous leader who is known as Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. He observed the horrible state of Indian Muslims after the War of Independence 1857. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a great Muslim scholar and reformer. He came forward to guide the Muslims who were to be ruined or eliminated from the Indian society as a result of Hindu and British domination and unity. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan awakened the Muslim in order to put up a struggle for the revival of their past position of eminence. Now we are going to discuss some brief life history of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Respected girls and students, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan belonged to a noble family of Delhi. He was born in 1817. He got his early education from his maternal grandfather Khwaja Fariduddin, who himself was a scholar and great mathematician. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan received the education in Quran, Arabic, Persian, history, mathematics, and medicine as well. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan joined East India Company in 1838, right after the death of his father. He was promoted as sub-judge in 1841. In 1857, during the War of Independence, he was the employee of East India Company, so he saved the lives of many British and succeeded to win their confidence, the confidence of the British government. So Syed Ahmad Khan was a great leader, and he was a prominent person in the eyes of British as well as in the eyes of Muslims. Now we will discuss and we will talk about the objectives of Aligarh movement. The reason why Aligarh movement was started. Aligarh movement was based on the twofold program for the Muslim Renaissance. Those two objectives were to impart the modern education for the Muslims. Number 2, cooperation with the British government. यानी Sir Syed Ahmad Khan मुसलमानों को जदीद तालीम से आरास्ता करना चाहते थे. दूसरी बात ये कि वो ये चाहते थे कि मुसलमान बरतानवी हुकूमत के साथ नफरत को और बगावत को ख़त्म कर दे, तर्क कर दे और अब मुकम्मल तौर पर बरतानवी हुकूमत के साथ तावन करे ताकि वो जिस अताब का निशाना बन रहे हैं उससे वो Now the very prominent aspect of the Aligarh movement, which was the educational aspect. We are going to discuss educational services of Aligarh movement. Students, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was of the opinion that the present condition of the Indian Muslims is mainly because they lag behind in the modern education and English education especially. The Muslims were not in the position to compete with the Hindus because they did not acquire the modern education due to the extreme hatred for the British. So Syed Ahmad Khan tried his level best to remove the misunderstandings of the Muslim community and declared that it is not against the Islamic teachings to acquire the English education. Actually, this point has some background. We all know that Muslims were reluctant to get the English education. Why? Because they thought that to acquire the English education or the modern education is against the teachings of Islam and against their religion. So मौलाना साहिबान भी इसकी हौसला अफजाई नहीं करते थे कि मुसलमान जो हैं वो अंग्रेज़ी तालीम हासिल करें. लिहाजा मुसलमानों का ये ख्याल था कि अंग्रेज़ी तालीम हासिल करेंगे तो वो काफिर हो जाएंगे. First of all, during his educational services, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan set up 2 schools in Muradabad and Ghazipur. In 1859, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was transferred to Muradabad by the East India Company. There he established a school at Muradabad where the Persian as well as English was taught along with the basic religious education. What was the basic religious education? Basic religious education means the education of Quran and Hadith. Quran was taught with the translation in Persian and Hadith, the prominent practical Hadiths were also taught in this school. In 1862, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was transferred to Ghazipur. He established another school over there. In this school, the basic religious education was also given with the teachings of Persian as well as English. Another educational institution was established by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan that was known as Scientific Society. In 1864, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan set up Scientific Society at Ghazipur. It was established to translate the modern work from English to Urdu and Persian to make them easy to understand for the common man. Common man means Muslims and Hindus both. The Scientific Society published a journal in 1866. This journal was known as Aligarh Institute Gazette. This journal was published both in English and Urdu languages. I mean, it has one page in Urdu and another page in English. The same work was translated in Urdu which was written in the English, ताकि लोग जो हैं वो इसको बहुत आसानी के साथ समझ सकें और उसको पढ़ सकें. Another organization which was established by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan that is known as Anjuman-e-Tarakki Musalmanan-e-Hind. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan went to England in 1869 with his son Sayyid Mahmudul Hasan. There he studied the educational system of Cambridge and Oxford universities. He was extremely impressed by their education system. He made up his mind to set up such educational institution in India when he returned. In 1870, he set up Anjuman-e-Tarakki Musalmanan-e-Hind. The objective of this Anjuman-e-Tarakki Musalmanan-e-Hind was to impart modern education to the Muslims of India and to review the chances how they can impart this kind of education to the Muslims of India. किस तरह ये मुमकिन हो सकता है कि एक ऐसी कौम जो कि बहुत पीछे रह गई हो तालीम में, तरक्की में, उनको किस तरह से तालीम की तरफ राग़िब किया जाए और किस तरह से उनके लिए जदीद तरीन तालीमी इदारे कायम किए जाएं which can compete the systems of Cambridge and Oxford universities. Anjuman-e-Tarakki Musalmanan-e-Hind finally succeeded to prepare its feasibility to establish an modern educational institutions for the Muslims. And finally, with the grace of Allah Almighty, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan became successful to establish the first modern educational institutions for the Muslims at Aligarh, Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental School. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan set up a committee to explore the possibilities of establishment of educational institution for the Muslims of India. In India, on the pattern of Cambridge and Oxford University, as I told you earlier. Another committee was set up to raise the funds for that institution. In 1875, the school was set up in Aligarh for the Muslims, which was known as Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental High School, where the modern and Eastern education was given to the Muslims of Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental School became so successful that it was upgraded to the degree college within 2 years. Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, Aligarh. MU High School was upgraded to the degree college soon after its establishment, means in 1877. Islamic education was given to the students along with the modern education system. This college was more than an educational institution. It was the symbol of broader movement affecting every phase of Muslim life. The college was open for the Muslim as well as for the non-Muslim students. So Sayyid Ahmad Khan desired to see this college to the level of university, which was fulfilled after his death in 1920. This college grew into the Aligarh Muslim University. This was the same institution which is still known as Aligarh Muslim University. और कायद आज़म का जब इंतकाल हुआ तो उन्होंने इंडिया में मौजूद अपनी तमाम तर प्रॉपर्टी की जो रॉयल्टी है वो अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी के नाम करने का फैसला किया. Another institution was also established by Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan. This institution is known as Mohammedan Educational Conference. Mohammedan Educational Conference was established in 1886 by Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan. Its purpose was to manage the finance for the educational institutions in Aligarh. The conference held public meetings in the different parts of the countries, different cities of the countries, different provinces of the countries. Very eminent Muslim leaders and scholars were involved in this conference, who led the Muslims of India till the Pakistan movement, until the establishment of Pakistan. This was the platform from where All India Muslim League was also established. These prominent and eminent leaders were Nawab Mohsinul Mulk, Nawab Waqarul Mulk, Maulana Shibli Nawani, Maulana Altaf Hussain Hali. Thank you, girls. It was all about the educational services of Aligarh movement. We will continue this topic in the next lecture. In the next lecture, we will talk about the political services of Aligarh movement, right?